Hello, investors. This is Connor Bates, Associate Portfolio Manager with Revere Asset Management. Today is Tuesday, May 20th, 4:41 p.m. Eastern Time, coming to you with tonight's Revere Roundup Daily Market Insight video. Market state, we're still in an uptrend since those fall through days. And if we take a look at the trend gauge over here, three coveted green arrows for now. Market leaders, very plentiful, lots of strong names, lots of strong industry groups. Short term, we're trending above the 21 EMA. And if you're new watching this video, we have triggered the power trend last week on Friday. Medium term, we're above the 50-day, and then long term, we're above the 200-day as well, looking for that to slope up. And one quick thing before I get into final numbers. If you guys enjoy these videos, give it a like, comment, and subscribe. We appreciate everyone. We respond to all the comments. So yeah, if you like it, give the video a like. We appreciate all the loyal followers and people that have watched these videos nightly. Alrighty, what happened today? Pretty much a digestion day across the board for a lot of leaders and the indexes, and Bitcoin with some relative strength today, trying to break out. Final numbers 21 over 21, flat on the day, 9 green, 2 neutral, 10 red. Big 8 up, Big 8 down 0.55%. RG8, a little bit of relative strength, only down 0.12%. S&P 500 down 0.39, equal weight down 0.26. The Qs down 0.32%, equal weight down 0.22. Dow Jones down 0.25, mid caps down 0.28. Russell 2000 slightly positive on the day, up 0.07. 60/40 stock and bond down 0.14. Flagship GROTECTION down 0.32%, and TurboTection down 0.18% on the day. Alrighty, let's get into the inter-asset correlation. And as a bull, can't really ask for much more. Again, just up the right side, continue to build higher lows, trending above the 8, and another tight inside day. We could be flagging here for a breakout back above 6,000. Just really good action, super tight. We were in a 20-point range for majority of the day, and then kind of broke down out of this range, kind of flushed back into this 5,900 area, and then closed mid-range. And sometimes on these, slower, low volume days, you get some of these intraday head fakes like we did in the late afternoon. There was no news, but we rallied back up and closed mid-range. And I mean, the hourly chart, just beautiful trend, and now kind of starting to flag. So setting up consolidation right below the 6,000 spot. So if you take out 6,000, obviously next level is the 6147, which is the previous highs in February before he broke down. And you could even argue this is confirming an inverse head and shoulders bottoming pattern with a measured move, probably well above that 6147 highs. Let's put the stochastic on there. So yeah, overall looks pretty good. Let's see. RSP continues to build above the 200-day moving average. Again, just watch these previous left side highs for a lot of these charts. But again, as long as we're consolidating above the key averages, above key supports, no reason to fight the trend. Qs, again, maybe this handles out and consolidates for a potential breakout through 540 all-time highs. Really good action. Mag 7, good action here, flagging off the 8 EMA as well. Dow Jones building above the 200-day. UNH has bounced off the low, so that's helping the index. Mid cap sitting right under the 200-day. Again, kind of argue this is another inverse head and shoulders formation. Russell 2000 getting tight in this 7-day flag here. ARC building in a cut base, kind of handling out, looks good. FFTY leaders continues this uptrend. The VIX relatively flat on the day, but still living below 20. So really good to see. The ATR, the S&P is contracted to 1.72% now. So yeah, like I said, we are in a 20-point range for majority of the day, which was the tightest range in a while. We obviously overshot to the downside, 20 points intraday, but overall, can't really good day for the bulls. The dollar's coming right back into that 100 spot. Gold found support off the 50-day and back above the 21. We are kind of watching this. It's going to rally into the 21 and reject, but for now, reclaiming. But this could just be forming another lower high up here. Again, gold's kind of traded inversely with equities. When this started to top, that's when the equities started getting to gear. Gold stocks, again, decent wedge pop here, but again, needs to take out that 50.83 high, or else it'd be the third higher lower high. Silver, big base. This one looks pretty good. Maybe this can break out. This can decouple or start showing some RS versus gold. It's been a laggard compared to gold, but again, really nice base here. Bitcoin, star of the show today. This one looks like it's on the verge of breaking out here. Something we talked about today. This first weekly base was 34 weeks with 33% depth. This one right here is 23 weeks with 30% depth. It is up 6 weeks in a row to these highs, so maybe it consolidates a little bit. But we know Bitcoin, when this gets momentum, it goes, as evident back here. But for the IBIT chart, 61.75 previous highs, and this looks really good for a breakout. Good participation from the Bitcoin stocks as well. MSTR has been leading quite nicely. Bonds just kind of consolidating here. TLT, same thing. Rates, just consolidating. Not a whole lot to comment on these charts. Alrighty, that's the intersectoral correlation. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape. All right, let's see. News-wise, Thursday we have jobless claims and PMI going into today. Still watching for the S&P and the QQQ to hold above the 200-day. Good action there. And then next levels to watch: 6,000 on the S&P 500, and then 530 on the Qs. 20 days above the 8 EMA, 19 days above the 21. Expectations remain positive. Sectors wise, natural gas was up quite a bit today. I want to say like 9%. Biotech was strong as well. Uranium, retail, utilities, aerospace, and defense. And on the downside, builders, oil, airlines, energy all week today. GROTECTION, one trade today added on to Bros, 1.38 beta, 6.05% open heat. TurboTection, two trades added on to TEM and then added to MSTR, 1.75 beta, 5.95% open heat. Bottom line, positive digestion day, Bitcoin on verge of breaking out. Let's get in some charts of interest. So I mentioned natural gas, right? Up 9% on the day, reclaiming the 200-day. And then two names that are standing out to me. I really like this AR. This has got a beautiful base, and this is in the nat gas, and this has held up really good compared to the underlying price of natural gas. This one's got a really nice base. EQT, this is another one, really nice base, trying to break out here. LNG is another one. This one's, not just kind of consolidating here. AR, EQT are what I like the most. And actually Truck and Miller in his 13F, he added to both of those positions as well. GROTECTION today added on to Bros, pulling back to the 21. On some volume, there was no news, potentially someone dumping, as evident on the open, but adds to this one, 21-day right there. TurboTection added on Tempest AI. This was starting to break out, came back in with the market, closed okay. Got the 21-day there at 58.42, and then the 60 level is obviously key as well. See if that can hold. This one's got pretty good sales numbers, medical AI name. Recent IPO, big monthly, weekly, daily base. So we'll see. And then MSTR added to this one as well. Bitcoin made it a full size. Bitcoin looks like it's on the verge of breaking out. This one showed nice relative strength. I've been talking about this setup for some time now, how to me, there's just been so many similarities into these, October to December 2024. Started out with a double bottom base off the 200-day moving average, saw a nice clean move up, a couple flags here. And then this 200 breakout to me was like the $400 breakout. Back tested it with the flag, and then that's when it got that ramp up. And during this period, showing some relative strength versus Bitcoin as well. So this looks good. Weekly, really nice base. This is almost might put in a 3 weeks tight here if it stays. But yeah, good action there. Been pyramiding into that one. Alrighty, let's go into the 21 over 21 list. Cart, nice day here coming out of this cup and handle base. TMDX looks good. And another reason with Tempus AI, the medical stocks have been acting pretty good. You have TMDX, you have Tempus AI, you have another one, PODD, really nice earnings gap, continues higher. So nice group strength there as well. Chewy, not many people talk about this one. This one just, just ripping through into highs, really nice trend. Bitcoin, talk about this. We'll see on watch for breakout this week. Boeing, nice action, continues to grind higher. Duolingo pulling back to the 8, had ants the other week, and this is another amazing earnings gap action as well. Yeah, can't really ask for much more if you're long this stock. HUD, really good action as well. Um, yeah, they just have a ton going for the business right now, especially with the crypto. So it kind of trades in line with the crypto stocks, but not completely like an MSTR. But beautiful trend on this one, riding higher. 66.91's next level. GV new all-time highs today, relative strength line new highs, and this one's taken out those pre-DeepSeek highs. This is the alternative energy power generation groups, one of the best sectors right now. GEV, CEG, even SMR for nuclear, Oklo as well came back down. LEU. I mean, there's tons of stocks here. So that's VST as well, flagging. GV looks to be the leader as well. But again, a lot of names in this group support Tesla. Not bad, continues higher, putting in a flag here. Netflix, really good action, sitting right below this 1200 spot. Guidewire continues to trend higher. Just really clean price action on that one. Let's see. CRS, good action as well, continuing higher. Zscaler, cybersecurity, one of the strongest groups as well. After that power generation name, you have Zscaler, Okta, CrowdStrike, Rubrik, just really good action. Palantir, pulling back to the 8, flagging, continues to hold that 125.41 highs as well. Uber, so this one was down, barely down 0.64%. But Elon Musk was talking. He said that their unsupervised is launching in Austin next month, and they said they have cars driving 24/7 with no drivers, and they see essentially no intervention. So that initially popped Tesla and dropped Uber, and then Uber started to ramp back up. You can see that's from the news, but the chart still looks great at all-time highs. As long as this holds above this 87 base breakout level, looks good. Toast pulling back to the 8. This one could offer an opportunity. Strong earnings gap. We've been watching this one for a pullback. NVIDIA, super tight flag here. Yeah, a lot of semiconductors are setting up, and we were super vocal on stage 3 top in semiconductors earlier this year, and with TurboTax we capitalized on the short, but we let price guide our opinions. GROTECTION owns NVIDIA now. TurboTax owns SoxL. So when the trend changes, we shift as well. And objectively, semiconductors look good here. NVIDIA's got a nice flag. ALAB, nice bottoming base back above the 200-day. ARMS trying to get back above the 200-day. You have KLAC coming out of this nice base. You have LRCX. This is another one. So sentiment's definitely shifted on semiconductors. We take a look at SMH. Again, very similar chart to NVIDIA. So see if these flags can fall through to the upside. Still some overhead here on, but again, semiconductors essentially have really gone nowhere since summer 2024. So starting to see some leadership come back there. NVIDIA is obviously the main name to watch there. Spotify just consolidating right under all-time highs. Carvana forming a flag here. This one looks good. What a monster stock, really, since these lows all the way back here. HIMS, this has got a true high tight flag, had ants over 100% move in 4 to 8 weeks, and the base of this depth is around 15%. So as long as the depth of the base is less than 25%, that is a high tight flag, and this one is extremely strong. Like I mentioned last week, best ones will ride those short-term moving averages higher. Each pullback to the 8's been bought, so we'll see if that trend continues. But again, this one looks fantastic. This rally's back up in the 72.98 area. That's definitely a level to watch. But you can just see 3 weeks up on enormous volume, and this one, continues to really act really well monthly. That is HIMS, and then Bros talked about this pulling back to the 21 today. We'll see if it can find some buyers. Let's see. But yeah, good action from the bulls. I mean, S&P, NASDAQ consolidating. I'll go to the S&P. Bottom line, basically consolidating in this flag. Want to see 5,900 hold on support. 6,000 would trigger another breakout level. Leaders are acting well. Semiconductors, see if they can continue higher. See if Bitcoin breaks out this week. Triggered the power trend last week. We've had multiple Zwag breath thrusts. So yeah, good action if you're a bull. And then I did want to end on one thing. Just, we have price confirming on the bullish side. And this is a pretty jaw-dropping chart, right? U.S. equity allocation is lowest since May 2023. So you can kind of feel it in the tape that, dips, should still get supported. A lot of people are underweight. So the higher the market goes, the consensus is that they have to chase, because if you're underweight equities when the market's at all-time highs, that's definitely a problem. But good to see price action cooperating. Sentiment still semi-negative, and positioning is still awfully light when going based on this chart. So that is everything I got for today. As always, love to hear from you guys. My email is connor@revereasset.com. You can reach out to me on X at ConnorJBates_. Phone is 855-REAL-WEALTH, 855-732-5932. And if you're ever interested in becoming a client, as always, please reach out. Thanks for watching and have a great night.